Apologize now to anybody who is here. I am trying to get everything set up. Streaming is not my strong suit. So let me retweet this everywhere I need to. Running slightly behind schedule. Let everybody get a couple minutes. On the wrong account. Please hold. Wow. All right, we're gonna let a couple people come in here if anybody shows up. And hopefully whoever jumps in first can let me know. Hey, I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for everybody, to be honest. But how's my audio? It's my first time streaming with the new mic. I want to make sure it's good. I'm still trying to figure out this whole streaming deal. That's why I prefer pre-recording, so that way I have more controls in the environment. What horse did you breed for the giveaway? Sometimes I have a hard time keeping track of who does what. But yeah, so we have a lot of horses in stud right now. This isn't accurate. Do these all time out? We'll wait for a couple more people to show up. I will check the stud barn, because it should be full. A bit low. Alright, well, let me try something then. It's a smidge closer. Are we doing any better? I still haven't got my custom settings set up for when I do my streams. Probably need to do more testing when I'm not actually going live for a purpose, right? Did Maple Leaf Farms get a cover this month? I don't believe I saw the name in there. Normally one of my most loyals. Oh, come on now. Does anybody else have issues with Firefox and logging into stables? Alright, cool. I have to do all kinds of crazy crap when I'm on Firefox. Google, no issues. Firefox, lots of issues. Alright, let's see here. What timed out? Oh, looks like some did time out. Alright, I'll put them back in now. So I'm going to put the 2 Genesis Buttes and the Legendary Zabo in right now. I'll wait for a couple more people to show up, if they show up. And then we'll start doing the giveaway and a couple other notable things, I think. But one thing that we did decide is that we are never going to charge more than minimum until Zed gets rid of... Hey, how's it going, Jeff? Until Zed gets rid of minimum fees. So if a change happens and it just absolutely doesn't make sense anymore to do minimum, we'll reevaluate it. But in our little announcement at the beginning of the year, those decisions will be made quarterly and announced at least 30 days in advance. So that way everybody has opportunity to kind of adjust their breeding strategies accordingly. Now, when Breeding Decay does launch, a lot of the bred horses, especially the exclusives, will probably be put into the stud barn less frequently just to preserve their breeding ability. Something like Little Ollie, which this is his first time in the public stud barn. I used him exclusively for myself last month, but he's a first generation Zion, so exclusive Buterins aren't too exciting to breed with in the current environment, but it is a lot cheaper than everything else, and it is Zion blood, so it's fun and interesting to see what could happen with that, especially with the breeding updates. But because exclusives are going to be throttled so much on how much they can produce, it's likely he will not be in the barn every single month. And what I'm going to try to do is anything that's not going to qualify that month, I'll remove it out, so that way you don't have to worry about timing and when they're going to be going in. This month we're just going to keep everything in there as soon as it's available, and then hopefully in April I can start doing some sort of schedule, so that way it's a little bit more organized and people can kind of plan ahead. But yeah, that being said, oh shit, is smoke out too? Smoke should not be out. Alright, so I'm putting everything back in the stud barn that's available, so that way if anybody wants to grab some, they can. Quick reminder for those who might be here for the first time or don't fully understand the stud program. The way it works is if you ever buy a cover from Boris's Red Room, you get a free raffle entry for life, and then the month that you purchase the cover in qualifies you for that month's drawing. So the first horse we're going to do is we will do the January users UUU. All the horses will always be UUU unless it's a special giveaway, and those ones we'll evaluate, and they'll be additive, right? The lifetime users and the monthly users will always be UUUs. If we do something that's been pre-raced or pre-bred, that'll be like a little flash event that we do kind of off the cuff. But yeah, so this one's a Z11 Finney, comes from Evergreen Forest, and also Grand Fortune. Produced Headhunter, which is a fun little horse. Tavern, Wrath, but Headhunter so far the most successful breed out of this. I believe it's Heavenly Secret. Yeah, it's Billions and Pearly Gates. So this is the great grandbaby to Billions that's had a little bit of success breeding. I like Z5s off Billions, that's why I bought it. And I will continue to be giving away horses off it and the other variety of Nakamoto exclusives and legendaries and stuff that I've been purchasing. So we only had 4 people use the stud service this month, so 25% chance across the board. And let's see who gets this free horse. And it looks like it's going to Delmar Degenerate. Congratulations. You are now the proud owner of horse number 217886. So I'll be sending that over as soon as the stream is over. The second one we're giving away is this Z10 Finney exclusive. This one's going to be off Zeppelin Viking. So this is one of Peninsula Park's studs. He does a ton of research when purchasing studs. And this horse has produced, we'll call it a high variant breeder, because when it produces pretty good. You know, you got a 10% winner here in paid. Probably one of the most famous horses off that is Koi Princess, who's one of Westy's ponies. Pretty good horse. Westy Racing, pretty well respected. Sucky Melon hasn't been raced heavily, but still interesting stats. Miss Sparky, 14% win rate in over 550 paid races, 580 total to be exact. And then you also have Bing Bong. Bing Bong does not have a super impressive bloodline, but it's still a Z5 exclusive. And you have, let's see here. I actually don't remember the bloodline. Thou Shalt Not Steal, No No Neil. And then we also have Lion's Arc, which is Lionheart and Behind the Arc. So let's close out all this extra shit. And yeah, so let's see who is the winner of the lifetime giveaway for this. And as you can see, there's a name missing. In the Family Racing, who currently has 11 lifetime tickets, is on timeout because he won both horses last month. And yeah, so if you win 2 horses in a row, then you are on timeout for a month to give everybody else a shot. So we're going to go ahead and spin this one real quick. Looks like we have 11 entries. So he owns 50% of the market. That's insane. And Frogs Kogs, I'm pretty sure he won the second giveaway. So congratulations to him. I will have to look up the wallet address and send that over as well. And yeah, so part of the way that I do the ordering too, just a real quick housekeeping reminder, is it's done in the order that the studs are purchased. So if you purchase 3 in a row, your entries get bunched together. Obviously, and the family's not here, so when he did that, his are deleted out. And next month, when he is back in, he will get all of his entries put back in the exact same order that they originally purchased. But yeah, so right now we have South Zeal, or Z7 Finney, in the stud barn. I just refreshed Ozzy, Pie Time, and Hustle Up, and also Smoke. So the stud barn's growing. We have a total of the 3 Genesis, the 1 Finney, the 2 Buttes. We have Deserving Light, Extinguisher. Those are both our legendary Buterins. We have our legendary Zabo and Hustle Up. And then our legendary Finney, Smoke. We have a couple exclusives, Finney, Buterin, and Nakamoto. And then, of course, extra horses for potential giveaways or things I'm going to race myself. But we're looking to expand the program. You know, like I announced earlier this year, the goal is to get 100 studs in the stud barn for use. Because of the breeding update, you know, that's going to... Haha, nice. Good job, Ben. Did you win one before? I can't remember. I have the list of all the winners on the separate spreadsheet, but it's not something I review because I try to keep track of what everybody else has got. But yeah, real quick, trying to get up to 100 because of the breeding changes. You know, exclusives aren't going to have as many lifetime breeds, so some of those might not qualify every single month. Mom thought it's going to be getting sent over here. I'm really excited for Interceptor. This was a horse that I was able to get off of Nakamoto's Only. It was a custom breed off of his Z2s. So Sean Connery is a Z2 off of, that's not it, off of Billions and Autumn Storm. You guys know I'm a huge fan of the Billions bloodline. And Awakened One is off of Alakazam and P.S. I Don't Love You. And Alakazam has its own story that I've talked about a couple times on the show. But yeah, so if you have any requests for types of horses or maybe bloodlines you want, let me know, and I will attempt to acquire that. Some things are becoming more and more expensive as the breeding update comes out, as we learn more about it. I'll be supplying resources with what we have learned from our horses in the stud barn, what types of horses they've produced, and also their preferences, right? So because we know some stats are going to be able to be passed down more frequently, I'll try to classify everything as, you know, this is a sprinter, this is a marathoner, this is a mid, this is a high variance. So that way you kind of have a better understanding of what's available and if it's a good fit for your breeding plan. Because for me, this is about giving people opportunities to, if you're going to breed with a random ass horse, breed with one that can not only give you opportunities to win more horses in the future, but potentially supply a little bit of education so that way you can make informed decisions on breeding. So we haven't produced any of that yet. We're kind of waiting for those changes to roll out. But yeah, I'm pretty excited for this to continue growing. So we're currently up to 10 studs. Like I said, Mom Thought's gonna come over. They'll push us to 11. So only 89 more to go for the year. Hey, what's up, big boy? We're actually just wrapping up. Finished the giveaway. Just gave away 2 UUU exclusive Finnies. And yeah. Also, if you have requests for types of giveaway horses, if you guys like the Z10s, if you want sub Z10s, the Z10 was mainly selected because of the old racing placement and how it would work with what class you would get into. If you guys like the idea of getting sub Z10s now because of the changes and discovery races, I can make that adjustment. If you want to see something other than the exclusives, let me know. There was a couple strong bloodline sub 10 elites I was looking at getting, some Nakamotos, to do as giveaways. But I really wanted to at least provide something that maybe could breed something in the future if it couldn't race really strong. Just to kind of give people opportunities, right? Because this is all about being able to give you a more diverse stable. At least that's the goal. Whether or not I can pull that off, I'm not 100% sure. But we'll continue to attempt it, right? So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. If you have any questions, of course, reach out. If you're not following the Stud Barn, make sure you do so, because that's where we're going to be doing a ton of our announcements going forward. I want to try not to just copy and paste from one account to the next. But Boris, over here at Boris Studs, he is the... I don't know what I'm doing. There we go. It is the stud stable for HeroCraft. And I'm looking forward to some of the partnerships we have coming up, some more of the new blood that I know I'm going to be adding. And yeah, everybody stay in touch.